So the poverty was such that in 1973, when my father retired, to pay 22 naira school fees, 22 naira, not 22,000. My father didn't have it. He went to meet one of his friends to give to him. The friend told him that, why did you put your child in a school that is elite and that you don't prevent somebody from having big teeth, but he must have big lip to cover it. My father had one blind eye. So I saw him cry and tears came from that blind eye. And I made up my mind that day that my children will have the best of education. That's why I gave them the best I could give to them. I started training children overseas more than 16 years back. So that's the story. Lived in a mud house. And among us who lived in the mud house, we've produced multi-millionaires. There's a man called Lee Engineering, has a group of companies. Lee Engineering, Limon Ikpia.
Yeah.
I was his father's doctor. We grew up in the slums together. Today, he employs expatriates. I was in his castle recently, and we're narrating how his father was a night watchman. My father was a night watchman. My father would close from the Warri Oba District Council
And go for work,
and not only go for night watchman, he will patch the mud houses during the day. Then he will go and do night watchman till morning. And I saw that struggle and I made up my mind I had to be a success.
This is another level of poverty.
Yes. But it was common. It was
In
common.
those
It was
days.
common in my days around that vicinity, but we were the lower
Class.
echelon, yes. But my father had a vision. He said I would be a medical doctor
His father.
like Dr. Stevenson, who was the medical director of the Warri Hospital where he used to go and gather refuse. And I became a doctor in that same hospital.
Oh, glory. Oh, I love that. I love that. I love that. So the hospital in which he goes to gather refuge,
I became a doctor
he
there.
dreamed that his son will become a doctor in that
Same hospital.
And he achieved that dream.
And achieved that dream, and his grandson has achieved that dream. His grandson is treating white people in Germany.
Oh, wow. Wow. His legacy lives on.
Yes.
I'm so glad they actually made it. Oh, so as a pastor and as a global trotter, you've traveled the world. I want to understand, is the Jesus in Nigeria, in Africa, different from the Jesus in the Western world? Because I see the expression of Jesus in the Western world different from the expression of Jesus in Nigeria. Well,
Okay. When a message leaves one place to the other, it gradually changes. In a Bible school, they formed a
that's
line.
the effect of reported speech.
Yes, they formed a line, and then they told somebody, they whispered something to the first person. By the time it got to the last person, the message is totally different from what they whispered to this first person. So Christianity left Israel, came to Ethiopia. Ethiopia was the first Christian state from the Ethiopian eunuch. Then subsequently went to Europe. It became an institution. The state and religion were not separate.
They married themselves.
Then it went to America. It became entertainment and commerce. Then it came to Nigeria. It became a status symbol. It became hope capital
Of the poor.
That this is your year of this is your year of that. But there are we negated the principles because the Bible is it's a book. You have the Old Testament, you have the New Testament. The Old Testament has the sociology of the Bible. How to buy land. Abraham bought land and collected receipt from Ephron. That's where Hebron is today. Jeremiah bought land. The woman, the Shunammite woman, had property, and when she came back, her tenants were evacuated, and she had collected her rent. Isaac planted in the land, not gave offering. He sowed in the land because his father bought land, dug wells. You understand? And so there are key principles in the Old Testament that we negated and concentrated on the spirituality of the New Testament, negating the fact that we in Africa, in Nigeria, we are still an agrarian community, or a community quite like the Old Testament days. So we took American Pentecostalism, bastardized it here. So the Jesus is the same, but there is dispensational relationship with a message. Okay, if you see that in the time of Elijah, Elisha killed slaughtered his 6 yoke of oxen to go into ministry. But in 2 Kings chapter 4, Elisha was now asking the wife of the prophet, what have you of sale value in your house? That is, the man Elisha went into FULL time ministry. Elisha now was asking this man, are you in did your husband do FOOL time ministry, Mumu time ministry? In this dispensation we live in, we can't run ministry the way the people before us ran it, of just depending solely on the people to give. Today we have donor fatigue. The people are tired. They've given and given, they've not seen results. And then the people who are giving are not seeing the improvement on their lives, but they are seeing the improvement on the life of Dr. Apoki and his friends. And then they have started questioning. And it is the questioning that is making Jesus look different here. And in the process of preaching the gospel, thinking that the rapture was coming very fast, we did not emphasize the things I said earlier on. You understand? And then the people now are questioning, where has this taken us to? Just as they questioned Jesus, after we've left all this, what is our own benefit? So Jesus gave them an answer: you will get here on earth, then eternal life. But we are concentrating more of what the people can get here on earth. We are no longer teaching about eternal life. And then it's like a commercial transaction. And people, let me say this. People say I attack the church. I don't attack the church. The church is a heavenly gathering of saints. What we have, the four walls, is an organization. It is not an organism. And so what we are pointing out are the wrong steps we are taking. And the wrong steps drive people from Christ more than what I am saying. I'm a Christian, though I don't pastor a church now.
You used to pastor before.
I pastored it.
Okay, so why do we see, I want to understand why here in Africa, when we pay respect on reference to our ancestors, it becomes witchcraft. Why is it so?